I'll come back. 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 I'll come back.
Go hard yet.
It's okay, I'm drinking Crispin. I am equally shit right now, don't worry.
It's for guys.
We're live, aren't we? Aren't we, Milk?
Nani?
Fucking fuck, Milk. Priest,
Hey,
you know what to
that's
do,
pretty
sweetie.
It's that time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Barcast. The bar gets lower every single week. Your bartenders for this evening will be a non-pencil.
There is not enough cider in the world for me.
Enigmatic Otaku.
I'd like some cider on the side.
Flamin' Werfer.
You motherfucker.
Milk.
I'm alive.
Ravage.
I'm only sucking on a toe today.
And my name's Like and Subscribe. This week, we have a very special guest for a very special month. We just got done with HRPC month, but we're going back into another specialty month. This is Fan Voice Actor Month. These are people in the fandom who are not necessarily a part of Hasbro or any part of like the actual My Little Pony staff, but they do a lot of really wonderful creative work. And our first guest for this week is a repeat, a loved friend, Wooten. Wooten the narrator.
Hello there.
For those who are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. We are a user-submitted podcast where for 2 hours you suggest the guest, we get them, you ask the questions, and we make them miserable. We're streaming live on Twitch right now, but if you can't catch it live, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Ponyville Live, iTunes, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud, where you can catch up on all the other casts that we do. We have a drinking word this week, which is narration. Whenever you hear the word narration, be sure to take a drink, and any other variants of that word, like narrating, narrated, so on and so forth. Of course, since we are streaming live on Twitch right now, you can ask questions through the chat, where the lovely Anon Pencil will be looking around, trying to find the right question to ask. Pencil, what's an example of a question that you will not relay to our wonderful guest?
Well, like usual, ladies and gents, I will not be asking about religion. I won't be asking about bullshit drama. I will not be asking about politics or really philosophy in general. That being said, Wooten's a pretty cool dude who doesn't afraid of anything. So if you want to ask some weird shit, I'll probably ask it. Like the usual stuff. It's free game here. It's not like Wooten can get in trouble with Hasbro that we know of. Hold on. Wooten! Can you get in trouble with Hasbro?
I don't think so. If that were the case, I probably would have gotten in trouble with them a long time ago.
You know,
but,
I can see that.
I think we're good to get started whenever you choose to do so.
Wonderful.
In that case, yeah, ask away, motherfucker.
Let's jump straight in, balls deep. Wooten, who are you, and what have you done for the fandom?
Hello, everyone. I am Wooten. I started narrations for, what, by the way, drink. AIE, just to start with, for, I think it was about, like March 2012. So I've been going at this for about 6 years now, pretty much nonstop for the MLP fandom. I started on 4chan AIE and then sort of drifted into the YouTube sphere about July 2012-ish. I posted some readings of my Sonic Boom series, my Dystopian Anon series, and then just sort of went from there. Song covers, horrible song covers. And once I found the opportunity to join a large collaborative project for voice acting, I took the opportunity, got in as one of the main narrators. The project fell apart, and I made a lot of connections from that project who have stuck with me for the past however long it's been. It's been a long time.
Awesome. This next question is, how did you personally get into the fandom?
This is actually a really interesting one. So who here reads creepypasta?
Yes.
On occasion.
I was a no
Okay,
sleep fiend.
so yes. Back in like I think like 2010, 2011, I was like really big into creepypasta, things like Slenderman, smile.jpg, and one in particular, the haunted Majora's Mask story
Oh, I
with
love
like
that
Ben
thing.
Drowned and all that. And so what ended up happening with that is they had the story that was originally posted on 4chan and just sort of went from there. And then it turned into like this alternate reality game where you would like go in and look through the web code of like websites and stuff where there would be like hidden messages and everything. And it was a lot of fun. And I got into that. And the third arc of that story, that like ARG story, they put together like this forum based around the story. And in that forum, you would share like theories, what you think this cryptic message could mean and how it connects back to the original story and where it could go from there and everything. And it was like a typical forum. So you would have like the theories board, the recap of the story, and so on and so forth. And then you have like the general discussion thread, which is like all the off-topic stuff that you would go into. And in that forum, in that little thread there, they had a forum topic, My Little Pony, and the subtitle read, "I'm a grown man, why do I love this?" And I was curious because it was the largest general thread topic in the entire forum. So I was curious, clicked in, and I was reading through the comments, and everyone was like, "Okay, guys, hear me out. The show is it's My Little Pony, but the show is actually pretty well thought out, better like good character development and all this." And I think it was right around like the early season 2 when I finally decided, you know what? Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna go through like the first few episodes, and so I searched for them on YouTube, or I think it was YouTube, yeah. Searched them on YouTube, watched the first 2 episodes, and before I knew it, over the course of that week, I watched through all of season 1 and season 2, and I was just in time to watch the new episode, which I believe was Secret of My Excess, the one where Spike is like greedy as fuck.
Spike want that thing.
Spike want, yeah, that one. So that was my official introduction to the fandom, creepypasta.
I'm proud of you. That's such a wholesome way to get into the fandom compared to all of the other ways you could have gotten into the fandom.
Oh yeah, and then when /MLP came out, I had already been on like 4chan already for like TG and V and some other boards that we will not discuss unless you guys choose to. And then when /MLP came out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right, let's dive right in. And I found this adorable little thread.
No.
Flutter rape.
You started with flutter rape? I didn't know
He's
you
mine!
No! Now we have to battle to the death!
So what ended up happening was there were a bunch of like quote unquote anon in Equestria threads. There was Flutter Rape, there was Apple Rape, and Rainbow, My Life in Equestria, and all that. And you had like all of these threads going separately at the same time. And then finally at around like, it was like March 20, I think it was, yeah, somewhere around there. I think like, yeah, March-ish 2012, everyone decided, you know what? Let's just collapse every thread into each other and make Anon and Equestria.
No,
and
it's a
just
terrible idea.
throw all of our stories in there. And
Except Flutter
mine
Rape didn't
was one
come
of-
to join us. So,
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's worse shit.
No, Flutter Rape came to join for the first, I think, like 300 threads, and then they went off on their own. But yeah. But so I think Sonic Boom was one of the first stories ever in the very first AIE thread, because I decided, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to get in on something that could end up being pretty cool. So I was like, you know what? Anon Dad. Yeah. And it just spiraled from there.
Awesome. The next question is, what is your favorite part of the fandom? The online community, fanfics, cons, music, art.
That's a good question, actually. I would have to say I'm a little bit biased, but I have to say the voice acting community is pretty cool. There's actually a lot of really good talent that has developed over the course of the fandom, and you can definitely see over the course of, like, say, look at something from 2012. Look at some voice acting from 2012, and then come back to now, come to 2018, and look at entry level channels getting into voice work. You see a substantial increase in the amount of quality from 2012, 2011, even 2010 to now, where you have, like, me, for example, a professional sounding audio plays and whatnot. And I love the competitive nature of it, because if you sound good, if you sound good, people are going to compliment you. If you sound bad, people are going to give pointers and point you in the right direction.
So, Wooten, the timing of your statement, if you sound good, is hilarious because your mic just started to fizzle and whine as you said those words.
Wooten, did you just drive into Silent Hill?
Yeah, sounds like you're about to get abducted.
All right. Let's see.
Wooten, are you good now?
Oh no, Wooten is killed.
Broken! We broke Wooten. Priest, you left for 2 seconds and we broke it.
I had to restart. I had to restart my Adobe Audition. But where did it cut off at?
Oh no, we heard you. It was just like it sounded like you'd just gone into Silent Hill.
Was it? Oh, okay. Was it like like sounds out like the left ear or something?
No. It was in the background specifically, and at the same time.
It was
okay.
Like,
I apologize for that. It was unexpected, and
technical difficulties.
It turns out, yeah, technical difficulties. But it looks like we're all good now. It should be, yeah.
It was a lot like that scene from Saving Private Ryan with the explosion, and he's deaf.
Oh my god.
That's how it was.
I apologize for any ears that I hurt during that brief interlude.
It wasn't painful. It was just very fine. Don't worry. Considering how often your mic is spot on compared to the rest of ours, you're doing fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we're only putting it on iTunes, so we're gonna be okay. The next question.
So to reiterate, or do I need to? Were you able to?
Go ahead.
Were you able to hear it?
We can hear, but
to
go
reiterate,
ahead.
Yeah. So to reiterate, if you sound good, you're going to have a lot of people let you know that you're sounding very good, and if you can improve, for example, you're going to have people giving you pointers. I know I've given plenty of constructive feedback to people who have just gotten into voice work, and they're like, hey, check out my stuff that I do. And then I go over to them, and then I hear, like, for example, someone doesn't get rid of the background noise. I go in and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. You have a good voice, but you can improve by doing this and this and this. And then I keep track of it, and I see, like, the next few videos, they have taken my advice to heart and the static is gone, or they they project their voice a bit more, or they don't. They edit out the mistakes, or so on and so forth. So it's a mutually beneficial, competitive environment, and I enjoy that. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. The next question is in terms of VA month. It's a VA month special question. What particular roles do you seek out when looking for collaborative projects?
It depends on the project. It depends on the amount of lines that the character has. If I have a script available, I can get that information pretty easily, or I can ask the director. Usually I'll go for a narration role just because that's what I'm used to. Other than that, I take into consideration who the director is, who's running the project, who I'm going to be interacting with. I take a few moments to look into their background. What have they done so far? What's the quality of the projects that they've done in the past, and what can I expect in terms of quality going into this collaboration? And that's sort of all the stuff that I go into before I accept a role or before I audition for something. And that's something that you just sort of pick up over time.
Naturally. The next question is, if there's one thing you could say to your followers or fans, what would it be? Or even your haters?
A lot of the stuff that you guys see on my channel, I've gone through scrutiny after scrutiny to create. So whenever you see something like a blooper reel and stuff, even blooper reels, I go in and I scrutinize each and every blooper to make sure that whatever is posted is of a certain level of quality that you would expect from me. So in terms of what's the word? I guess quality over quantity, even if what you're trying to provide is just like bloopers, for example. One moment, it sounds like there's someone at the door. I apologize. I will be right back.
These things happen. Oh,
let me know, Johnny.
We are early. We need to bide for time. Pencil, do you want to do the thing?
I wasn't ready. No, I haven't. What? No. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Damn shit.
Is this how we do it?
No. I guess that's how we fucking do it. Hold on. I didn't have the links ready. Here we go.
Sorry about that.
Thank God.
I locked the door and someone needed in. Okay, I'm back.
God. Oh, sorry. Thank God. Oh, thank God. I'll do it later.
All right.
Okay.
There was panic. You don't understand.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I locked the door. I was letting the pets out to take a piss, and I locked the door, and someone needed to get in. So I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." The doorbell was ringing. Okay, let's move on.
I thought a stranger was trying to get in.
We have
no.
high bar of quality for this particular podcast. We always try to make sure that we never ask questions that our guests will be uncomfortable with.
Don't lie! Anyway,
Until right now! So you better get yourself ready, Wooten, because it's time to jump straight into politics. It's time to make some enemies.
Nani?
Who is best pony?
Okay, we need some qualifiers here.
Oh, shit.
Best of the main 6.
No. We're talking what pony in the entire.
No, I'm giving in the entire show.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
10 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
God damn. All right.
If all else fails, you can use your penis as a divining rod. Just bring up pictures of everyone, and wherever it points, that's the answer.
I'm gonna have to go with Princess Luna.
Yes.
Gonna have to go with Luna for that one.
That black booty.
Now, qualifier. Does this include fan-made OCs?
Yes.
Yes.
Milky Way.
Yeah.
Okay. Respect. I can accept this.
Utterly adorable.
Oh my god.
Get out of here, Priest.
Yeah. Priest, that's not the way we do things here.
This is not the way. Not the way.
Please do way.
Oh.
Hey, Donnie, my brothers.
Serious time. We're going to use
Sounds sexy.
We're going to use some questions, and we're going to start with questions from the chat this time. We're going to Toomer.
All right.
Who asks, have you ever thought about starting the Wooten fam?
Oh my god.
Does it hurt you? Because it hurt me.
Fuck. It hurts. It really does. But no. I have not. No, ever. No, never. No.
That sounds like me when I'm telling Enigma it's awful. Good job.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at that. Anyway.
God damn it, you actually have gotten my yeah down too. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, I'm sorry. What is your best non-pencil impression?
No, stop. No.
Priest.
Yes.
Please.
Okay, moving on.
That's pretty accurate.
Also, how big is your peen? Is the next question from Toomer.
It's like I'd say like 7.5, somewhere like that. I don't know.
7.5.
I'm Italian.
7.5.
Like
what?
that. Humongous.
It's all that's
humongous what?
It's salami.
It's like 6, 7. What days? What does that mean? You'll find.
You'll know soon enough.
I'm as big as a baby down there. 8 pounds 5 ounces.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Have you seen the baby?
Stop!
Have you seen that baby, guys?
Stop!
I mean, come on.
No. Okay. Number 3.
Hey,
what is your favorite soup?
Chicken noodle? I don't know.
Not squash
something
soup,
like
really.
that, I guess.
There's only soup.
All right.
You
Let's
don't
jump
like
in.
You don't like chicken noodle for the soul?
Yeah, chicken noodle's good for the soul, man.
There you
Oh
go.
my god.
It's pretty
All right.
good.
Let's go to questions from the thread then. Not enough coffee submits the first question. What are the unwritten What are the unwritten rules of where you work?
Well, there's 2 answers to that, depending on if you mean my real life work or the voice acting work. Assuming you mean the voice acting work, don't be a dick.
Okay.
That's
That's
like
a good
the one major unspoken rule is you're never going to find collaborators if you're an asshole to everyone around you. So don't be a dick and treat folks with like and a certain level of respect for people who you want to work with goes a long way. And that goes true for pretty much anything in life. I'm sure everyone here will tell you that.
Oh, it's true.
Hmm.
How we even respect Enigma sometimes.
Really? That's...
Yeah.
No, don't.
There you go.
Shh.
Don't make this awkward, Enigma.
But
Alright,
I don't know what to
Enigma.
do with respect.
It's true. The last time I tried to be nice to him, he cried, and then I had to stop.
It doesn't go into your Patreon either. So next, RK Striker JK5 has the next set of questions. Number 1, Wooten, what is your favorite non-MLP franchise, and why is it JoJo?
I'm not gonna lie. I've recently really had a resurgence back into Star Wars, but
Oh, honey.
yeah, JoJo's pretty good. I'm waiting until part 5 because it's sort of hit a standstill right now. There's not much going on in the JoJo fandom, but yeah. So in the meantime, there's a lot going on in the Star Wars fandom because we just got the 8th movie, which depending on your feelings on that, it could go one way or another. We just got the Thrawn novel, which is fucking stellar, and we just got we're gonna get Star Wars Rebels season 4 part 2, I think on like the 19th that's gonna start. So there's a lot going on in Star Wars. Yeah.
Star Wars Rebels with their anorexic lightsabers.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, it's sort of it's reminiscent of the original trilogy lightsabers because those ones were thin as well, especially in like episode 4 where it had like the what was the material they used? It was like rotating, reflecting.
They were green pieces
something.
They were green rods that had like reflecting tape or something on it.
Yeah, and it would reflect the light, and that was what they would use, and they were like really thin rods. So it's sort of reminiscent of that, but I can see how it would throw off longtime fans of the series because they just transitioned from the Clone Wars to Rebels, and Clone Wars had nice thick rods for their lightsabers.
Thank you.
You know, even if JoJo is a bit stagnant right now, you could always fall back on your favorite anime, Tori in the House.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, there's also that.
King of the Hill is best anime, let's be clear. Sorry.
Hank Hill is best Hokage.
Let's move on before this
we're gonna move on.
That's it, boy. I'm kicking your ass.
Have you done any fan-related or professional work for a non-MLP franchise?
Funny story about that. So before I had like my jump into like the mainstream popularity type thing, I had actually, the first project I had ever done like collaborations on was a Legend of Zelda audio play, and I played Dark Link, and I recorded that on my Turtle Beach USB headset. That was way back, but
wow.
I ended up going in and yeah, like this is like early 2012 shit. But I ended up going in, and what I would do for Dark Link is I would take the track that I was going to send them, I would duplicate the track, and then so it would have 2 tracks with the same thing, and then I would take the second track and I would just jut the pitch down like 15%. So it was like this monster voice, and then I would just send that over to the project director, and he was like, dude, this sounds pretty fucking good. How'd you do this? And I was like, I recorded it on my headset. Do you like it? Yeah, it just sort of went from there. I had like, I think there was like 13 chapters of that story that ended up getting posted. So yeah, good shit.
Awesome.
How does the Legend of Zelda audio play even work? I mean, I just imagine you're just yelling, yeah, yeah.
Well, you take some creative liberties with, especially with the Legend of Zelda fandom. You take a lot of creative liberties on how Link communicates, and in this case, he's just a regular speaking person. So.
Does he ever communicate through interpretive dance though?
I think there was a dance scene in the story, so I mean, maybe.
That's the best then. That's all I need. Thank you. That is my fetish. I appreciate
it. This was 2012, so how angsty was Link?
let's next question. It was pretty angsty. I remember me and the actual voice actor for Link. We had a pretty similar we have a similar way of speaking our lines at the time. So we would just go back and forth and be like going through the script. Oh my god, he's so angsty. Ah. So it was pretty good. And
I'll kill you, Ganondorf.
I'll kill you. But in my case, I was Dark Link, so I was like, I had like the same line, the same 3 lines for like the first 7 or 8 chapters. I just say the same things over and over, and I just give them a bunch of takes of that, and I'd just be like, all right, just have like 10 takes of these lines and just run through them. And then after chapter, I think 7 or 8, he goes into he gets more of a personality, his dark side. So I know how angsty this sounds, but yeah, his dark side gets a personality, and he ends up becoming a bit more of a character. And yeah, it was a wild ride, and that sort of jump started my collaborative efforts.
Don't tell me what to do, Zelda. I'll go. Sorry.
Now, I'm not going to
I'll
obviously
talk with
sit
my
here-
dark side whenever I want. Oh.
You don't understand the darkness in me.
My boy. Now then, I'm not going to ask you, obviously, like what you consider your highest role you ever done, but I do, since we know each other and we are Facebook friends and stuff like that, I do know you also got a pretty awesome gig with a particular game. Do you want to talk about that for a bit?
Are you allowed to talk about
I
that?
did. I am allowed to talk with it because it's already out. But
Good.
I got not only one gig, but 2 gigs with 2 different projects. So the first one that I got was for those of you who watch my channel, you would see like a long streak in October, like September and October, of XCOM. And the reason for that is because aside from, I think, about 200 to 300 lines left over, I have completely recorded about 1,600 lines worth of dialogue for a modded voice pack for that game. And it is I think, one of the top 10 most subscribed to mods for XCOM 2, which is somewhere in the ballpark of about 50,000 people. So yeah, my voice is the southern U.S. voice pack. So you'll hear me shouting southern quotes as I'm shooting down aliens.
Can we have a
And then
sample?
for these,
Can I?
let
can we hear
me
your?
let me
can we
pull
hear-
up the script 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh,
Funny
Well, can
thing.
you do-
I actually ended up going in and replace. They have. I'll explain the scripting process here. They have about 24 different lines for certain commands. So like moving is one command and sprinting is another command, but they're both the same action. So you'll have a separate bank of voice files for both of those. So with like moving, I'll say something like you got it, heading out. Or in the case of sprinting, I'll say something like, I'll be there before you know it.
Oh my
And
god.
I something like that.
Nice.
What
Can
do
you
you
do
say?
one for me?
And it's,
Yeah.
Can you do a line from in that voice? Can you do a line from Friendship is Witchcraft for me?
what's the line?
It's the line where Applejack goes, "Come on, y'all. She's a few shotguns short."
Priest, Milk says he's restarting.
Oh.
Okay.
We're back
Just
online.
checking.
Okay, so picking back up where we left off, you You were talking about
Evac,
XCOM
we
a
need
little bit.
emergency evac! No, damn it, no!
That's a perfect time to jump
That-
back in.
Also,
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Priest, the Twitch chat is not connected.
I'm working on it.
Oh no!
Now he has to say it again.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Oh.
They just
I'm back.
can't.
So the last question from RK Striker JK5 is, well, how's that sombrero? Do you need a new one? And that's in referral to your film fiction avatar.
Oh yeah. That's yeah. That was a. You know what that is? That's a cropped screenshot from the "It's Dangerous to Read Alone" collaboration I did with Goodia Serenade, where it was like a parody of the Starbomb song "It's Dangerous to Go Alone."
Yeah.
But, it. You know what? I'm not really much of a hat person, honestly. If you see me in real life, my hair is like all over the place whenever I wear a hat.
You mean
so it's
gorgeous.
Like I put on a hat and it just I put on a hat and it just like I get like a vaguely in the shape of the head of a penis. Basically. That's what my hair does whenever I wear a hat.
But also, why would you cover that pretty hair? Just asking.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah.
For those who
It's
don't
not
know,
real,
Wooten has
it's a bit of a-
genuinely pretty hair. For those who do not know, Wooten has genuinely pretty hair. He really does.
Funny story, I actually did just last night after streaming D&D, I ended up posting a picture of myself because I was like, damn, I look good. I haven't worn my contacts in a long time. So it was like, wow. All right.
Wait, you wear glasses usually?
Yeah. I wear glasses. Have you not seen
Check
me wearing
that
my
off the
glasses?
fetish list.
I haven't seen you.
Actually,
You
the last
haven't?
time we saw you was BronyCon. You weren't wearing glasses.
No, you weren't.
Oh, I could have sworn I've like run into you with my glasses on. Let me.
No.
I'll get you a picture of that once we get things finished up here, and you can stare at that later.
What feel when
What's the matter?
Wooten
You don't
sends
want to
you
be a
pictures?
husbando?
Nothing.
Moving on. We're talking over ourselves. Let's. Tony Montana now has a question. Well, a lot of questions actually. What is your favorite character to narrate?
Oh. Drink. Yep. One moment. Favorite character. Well, I don't really have a favorite character to narrate, but I do have a favorite author to narrate.
Oh.
Drink.
It's Bolding. He's pretty good.
I see.
He does the punny pinkies. I totally feel you.
Yeah.
Next question.
Favorite.
What is your favorite thing that you have narrated?
What do you fucking think?
It has to be arachnophilia, and you're gonna have to explain.
It has to be.
You're gonna have to explain to the chat what it is.
Okay, so for the three of you who don't know what arachnophilia is based on the title alone, it's a story where Twilight is a spider and Anon is her boyfriend and they do the thing. That's what arachnophilia is.
Wait,
and it's amazing.
Is Twilight like a regular sized spider? Or
No, she is a giant spider and she has
a
giant
giant
holes.
spider. Yes.
Right in the spooter cooter.
So how many Spider-Man whipping noises were in it?
Go ahead and make the noise. Wooten.
Funny story. There weren't actually a lot of those a lot of sound effects in that story. I was actually pretty surprised at how few I needed to include. But
I remember the squishes. I remember them.
Do you though?
I
I
remember,
don't
there
remember
was.
the squishes that much.
And if my brain like just inserted
one?
squishes
You
into
mean
that,
you mean that one?
something like that.
Oh god.
My brain may have made it worse over the years, just saying.
It may have. It may have. I think I only included like 2 or 3 of them, but I mean,
I remember them.
yeah. It was very fun to narrate that story, put it together, and to top it all off with the iconic scene of him going for the web hole, and the music immediately cuts out, and Goody had perfect timing with putting in Dare from the 1980s Transformers movie as the background music, as like the narration goes right in. It was amazing.
That's amazing.
Best thing I have ever made. Yeah.
The third question, and I know you've done quite a few requests and stuff, so I mean you'll probably have to tread this question lightly or abdicate the question. Totally understandable. What is the worst thing you narrated?
Bloodlust Bakery.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know about this. I gotta go look it up. What?
So, some background. I had a friend who, in real life friend, who he's a good friend. He means well. He's a good friend. He shares a lot of the same interests that I do, but he is, given the title of the story, you can tell that he has some interesting perspectives on writing characters. And he decided to write a self-insert OC story into the Cupcakes story.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it was a complete train wreck. The only record that you will find of this story is my reading, because he has since removed it from the internet. And we had a discussion about it after I posted the reading. It's all in good fun. He and I are still good friends. We still talk from time to time, but he now understands after having it read back to him where he went wrong with that story.
Oh
I need this. I need this. I have a mighty.
I will graciously provide. Also, the great thing is that this was actually my first foray into proper narration, quote unquote audio play stuff, where you properly put music and everything and editing and video editing and all this stuff into the project. And this was my first foray into that. So you can find it on my audio plays playlist at the very, very bottom. It is Bloodlust Bakery. Right there. I will share into the Discord for Anon Pencil's easy access.
And
Sure,
here it
easy
is
access.
for you guys out in the chat.
Three edgy, 5 me.
I
Dr.
got a
Shin, I
question.
appreciate easy access.
I got
Anyway,
a question though. Was it ever put up on FimFiction?
It was, but it's been removed since then.
Hold on.
That's where
Hold on. There is a
where I read it from.
website called Film Archive, and you can go through there and find old stories that are no longer there on the official site.
does it grab them immediately, or
Pretty much,
No.
yeah.
Ooh.
I was redirected
Alright,
to this
well,
one. I
I
couldn't
mean-
find a story that I was looking for.
Yikes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well,
still
the
there you
website
go.
went down. I was in the middle of reading a story, and Nighty took it down to update it. And I'm like, dude, I need this. I'm really into this story right now. I need to finish it tonight. I've got to work in the morning. And so they sent me over there.
Was it a Klopfic?
No, it was not. It was actually a
believe
really
you.
cute Scootaloo story.
No, Rav likes
the
them
life of
cutie
me.
pies.
When the cuddles are too strong.
If I can remember what it was, I will tell you.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
We got more questions, so we're going to move on.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you have something, Wooten?
Hmm?
Did you have another thing?
No. I was
okay.
like, yeah, let's go on.
With all due respect to Tony Montana, I'm not going to ask that circle jerk question, so I'm going to go over to the next question. Would you
Whoa. What circle jerk question? You mean that circle jerk question about Liler? Totally
yes.
Ask it!
Okay. Would you narrate an Australian Liler?
Oh my god.
It sort of sounds like an animal.
I have a voice actress who does Lyra really well that I collaborate with all the time. I don't know if she would be okay with this one. But
Please don't do a Liler-like thing. Like, that'd just be so offensive in every way. Oh my god.
But the voice actress loves doing that sort of offensive story shit. I love it.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I'll commission her.
Anyway. All right.
Is it Emogak?
So, yes, it is Emogak.
Oh,
she does a spot-on Lyra. Actually, funny story. The slice of life episode of the show, actually directly referenced Ponies with Hats, which is something that she and actually her husband edited. So like he animated all of that together. So
wasn't that a part of Brogo Bronies?
I think so, but he was the one that properly animated it himself.
Oh, cool. We have someone from
like
Brogo.
His animation rigs and whatnot. Yeah.
We have someone you'd recognize from Brogo Bronies coming on in a few weeks. So cool beans.
I know. Yeah.
All right. Next question is: would you narrate a thing pony?
So I have been interested in looking into this, but I haven't found a story that catches my eye yet. So if there's a good story that catches my eye and I like the way it's written and I like what happens in the story, then sure.
Well, I guess I know what I need to do.
Okay with that.
I guess I know what I need to do.
Voice actress. Hey, pencil.
Hey, what?
You wanna take a foray into voice work as well?
Well,
that's
you're
so a non-pencil.
I don't know if Wooten knows this. I don't know if Wooten knows I did that.
No, do it. Share it.
So Wooten,
share it.
I did a little bit of voice acting because Wootmaster decided I'm the canon voice of Tracy Cage and asked me to do some Tracy Cage voice acting.
Oh, nice.
So that Tracy Cage thing that popped up a while ago with someone narrating the comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
That was that. You're in there. Hey, that's pretty good.
It was terrible, but thank you.
It was pretty good.
It was awful. They were just
pretty good.
Yeah.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meat.
So no, if I ended up being Thing Pony and Tracy Cage, I could probably handle that. But my mic is potato, so yeah.
I feel like we should just do
okay.
like a Barcast Thing Pone writing contest.
I want to. Oh, can I? Can that be mine? Can that be mine? Can I do a contest? Can that be the creepy contest thing instead of a horror thing? Can I just contest? Can I please? Damn it.
Okay.
No, Flam, and Wooten both. Can you both say do it, please?
Do it.
Thank you for both of you.
Moving on. Holy shit, we're running so short on time today. Would you a Thing Pony?
Maybe. I could get behind that.
All right. Would you rather bag a milk or milk a bag?
That's a good question. Well, given my disposition towards Milky Way, I think I'll have to go with the latter, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah.
For all intensive purposes, do you consider us
What? No! That's not the words! I'm sorry. I'll go. Sorry.
What? Do you consider us cancer?
There's a certain level of acceptable cancer. You need to have it in order to progress and improve your
Spread your
spread fuck it. Yes, but not in the bad way.
Yes, we're good cancer.
In the ironic sense that it's a meme. Yes.
Good. Pencil, the next questions are yours. Do you want to ask them yourself?
No.
Do it.
The next question is from some.
You don't get the chance to turn this down. No, I want to hear it from your lips.
I would say I want to hear Priest try to read the next question with a straight face, and then I'll read the second one.
Okay, fine.
Right. The next questions are from some guy named Anon Pencil. If you had to put some kind of pasta inside your pee hole, what kind of noodle would you doodle your dingle with?
Ravioli, give me the formuoli.
Somebody called me?
Oh my god.
What? Somebody say my name.
Raph. Okay. And the next question is... Next question is... Also, can I have hugs at convention soon, Case? Please, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah!
All right. Now it's time. Pencil.
What? Oh, it's time for questions with Vylon. I started too high on that today. Oh my god, that hurt.
All right. First Vylon question of the day is, how is your day today?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's all right. It's doing all right.
All right.
When she starts off with that, it's gonna get.
I woke up about 2 hours before the stream started. Got me some food. Got me nice hot chocolate, and now I'm here with Angry Orchard and chilling out. It's pretty good.
Nice. The next question is, who is the most huggable person in the Barcast?
Oh, I don't have much of a frame of reference outside of Flutter Priest and Pencil, but Pencil is pretty huggable. Yes. I do enjoy hugging both of you, but Priest, you understand.
I understand. Right? I totally understand.
You okay? Yeah.
No, you.
She is very huggable.
I buy plane tickets for those hugs.
And yeah, it's pretty good.
Because it's the hugs you buy the plane tickets for. Got it.
Someday someone
will
hug
depends on what kind of talking about.
Special huggies.
Sexual huggies. Actually, no, that came out way weirder. We're moving on! The next question is, please let me suck on your finger, heart.
Get your muscle out of my dick.
Henceforth.
The question is, please let me suck on your finger.
Okay. I don't know who you are, but
Vylon.
I mean,
this is Vylon who asked, "Why are you like this?"
Yeah, I know. I haven't met Vylon in person, to my knowledge, so I don't know. if and when it happens, if it'll be you. But I mean, if you ask permission at the time, I'll be like, that's an odd question. Oh, it's Vylon. Okay.
Oh, Vylon has a reason to come state word for cons now. All right. Grayson has the next question. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I swear to God, I answered this last time, like a year and a half ago.
You did.
It is 24 miles per hour. I've answered this already.
You have. You nailed it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so for background, we don't have enough information on African swallows, but we have plenty of information on the European swallow, because there's like, I think like 40 something different different breeds of African swallow, but there's only like we have more extensive information on the European one, and the average across all of them is about 24 miles per hour. So it's like, I know this. I've looked into it. I know this. So yeah.
All right, now we're going to go to questions from Alex _, who we've dubbed our King of Weird. First of all,
let's see how it is.
He made you a Wooten emoji as a way of,
Oh my God, that's
nice.
Adorable.
That is yours.
That's
go ahead
adorable.
and save it. Use it however you wish.
I shall.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, the first question. Don't get too liking to Alex, because we're going to put you in a roleplay situation.
All right, let's see.
You are a mare in heat, desperate for a stallion, any stallion, to blow their load inside of you. But you can't just find any willing to fuck you. Luckily, as everyone knows, booping a pony will make them spontaneously ejaculate.
God
Furthermore,
damn it, Alex!
As everyone, Vylon knows, recently, dead bodies can ejaculate because their neurological signal to do so only goes to the spinal cord, not the brain. As luck would have it, you also work in a mortuary. Do you cool your heat with the cold flesh of the dead, or do you hold out in hope of someone living?
Well,
all right.
Okay.
So, first off, that's I've learned something today, that the neurological signal for that only goes to the spinal cord and not the brain. So that's pretty interesting. That said, try and hold out. Okay. Qualifier: is there an anon in this universe?
Probably.
Yes, but what
Well,
if you're?
then I don't
What if
need-
you're? You might be a non-Philly. What if you're a non-Philly?
Damn it!
This changes everything.
Shit.
Also, how are you going to explain to your child that their father was a corpse?
Well, I didn't say that I was going to go through with that, because despite what the porn shows, it is actually very hard to for like the pony anatomy type thing to get in that position without like falling over, right? So hold out in hope of someone living, or try to like use the rigor mortis of a freshly dead pony to stand them up and then boop them on the nose and make them spontaneously ejaculate.
Oh my God! So I'm envisioning like you gently setting up this like stiffened dead horse corpse, and then just like poking its nose and putting your vagina back on it. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Set some candles, set some moon lighting.
Exactly.
Make sure you got plenty of embalming fluid as you're swishing it like wine.
Yeah, that might no.
Embalming fluid as lubricant. Just saying.
We call it a fanfic, and it's called respecting the dead. No honoring the dead. It's a royal guard. Sorry.
Let's stop
There
before
we
this
go.
gets worse,
There
please.
we go.
Wooten, that's in my head forever
No,
now. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy I could have shared that moment with you.
Well, I just okay.
Let's see. Number 2. Is it true your voice can actually get women pregnant?
Well, I certainly hope not, because I'm not paying that child support.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You don't want to father Jesus?
Whoa.
No.
What? Immaculate conception. Come on.
No, I figured it out, but we'd have to get his voice back in time.
We've already sent a particle of light. We can do the same thing with sound.
Wooten's voice, take the wheel.
But I can't drive. Anyway.
Number 3. Wooten, what is your funniest anecdote about anything? Just a story you would tell friends, new friends at a bar to get a laugh.
Well, that's a good question.
And if nothing comes up, you can share with us maybe your favorite con story.
Well, you already know what that is. Okay, so I'll explain. I'll explain. So back in I think August 2015, I went to BronyCon. It was my first time ever going to a con outside of Arkansas, right?
Yes.
So I go to this convention, and previously I had been spending an internship in Washington D.C. for the past 3 months, and I was basically living there. And apparently, sometime between my leaving D.C. and going to Baltimore, someone had gotten my credit card information and had started using my credit card in Virginia that day. And so I got a phone call from my bank about 8, 9 o'clock that night, and telling me that my account was compromised and they're going to have to close down that card, like lock that card to make sure no more purchases can be gone through. And I'd have to go into the bank and dispute the payments and all that jazz, and I ended up doing that. But basically, I was stranded in Baltimore with about $20 for that weekend. So I share this situation with a few trusted friends of mine, and Flutter Priest and Anon Pencil graciously allowed me to join them in their hotel room for a nice meal.
It's true.
However, they were not going to do this for free.
It's true.
Now, for those in the Barcast, most of you are familiar with the sacred dildo of alcohol.
Yes,
That
the dog
Very
dick.
familiar with it.
Customary to drink out of at least once in your first con meeting a non-pencil. And so I ended up getting on my knees, and I can't remember if it had like a strap-on attachment or no.
No, it was
Like,
just
you basically
placed.
held it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember exactly, but you basically held it up to your crotch, and I drank champagne from that dildo, and in exchange for that, I got room service completely paid for by Flutter Priest and On Pencil, and it was delicious, and we had a great time. But that is the story of how I am now, relating to 8th question, literally gay.
Beautiful.
Did she at least give you the mark on your cheek?
You know, I
Yes.
can't remember.
Yes, she kissed you on the cheek.
Yes, she did.
And then the other thing we did is we took you out to get some candy.
Yes, and the candy was delicious and had me sick for like 2 weeks.
Perfect.
But it was delicious and totally worth it.
That's how you know we're good friends. Pencil stepped away, so we
Yeah.
can't do our normal halftime show thing. But when she gets back, we will. I assure you. Number 4. How much would I have to pay you to follow me around and narrate everything I do?
Well, you'd have to pay me better than my current job is. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. It'd be, well, assuming you have like 16 hours of walking around, staying awake, 8 hours of sleep, 7 days a week. I need a calculator for this. Let's see. That times 16 times 7 equals 2,800 a week. Sound good? Yeah.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, this is me narrating everything that you do, everything that you think, everything happening around you.
To
So
be fair, though,
2,800 is that's pretty good.
if you had to compare that with, say, like Morgan Freeman voice, like prices.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yeah. I mean, he'll like that. That's millions a week. So I mean, there you go. Also, I think I said narration somewhere in there. So take a drink.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
All right, last one from Alex before Pencil. You're up on deck. What is your best Flutter Priest impression? What the fuck? Why would you do this, Alex?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Barcast. This week we have Wooten, our guest, who is, I forget what you introduced me with.
No, you did fine, and
yeah,
I like that voice. That's really good, actually. You got you got the Midwest tones down.
You also could have said, "Shh, secret pepperoni."
Shh, secret pepperoni.
Accurate, 100% accurate. 100% accurate. You got it, spot on, nailed it.
Hey,
that's pretty good.
Voice impressions. Voice impressions. I'm actually not that confident in like my voice impressions, but apparently I'm pretty good at it. So it's just a matter of like me getting over that fact.
Sweet,
what do people usually ask you to do impressions of the most?
Well, a British voice. I've had that asked me probably more than any other voice.
Cockney Tavia.
I've had people ask me to.
I was remembering when we did Cockney Tavia.
Yeah, I've had people ask me, fucking, what's, okay, it's Thrawn's voice, but it's. I think he's got like a Danish accent in Rebels and the Thrawn novel and whatnot. I've had people ask me to do his voice, and it's very difficult for me to do. It's very difficult for me to do a Danish accent without having it slip into something like a Russian accent or something like that.
Yes, you sound a little bit Russian there, my friend. I must tell you.
It sounds a little bit Russian.
Just a little.
It's hard to keep the Danish without slipping into the Russian. So
my favorite Danish accent was when they did the whole thing with South Park, and that shit was amazing.
And hey, Wooten, if you need to slip into Russian, you need only ask and give vodka.
Oh, this sounds dildos.
Da. That is good.
I am the machine.
These shit is dildos.
Anyway,
moving on because we are halfway through the chat.
More like Squizgar, man.
That was
this
the idea.
Chat is dildos.
This chat is dildos.
Oh God.
Anyway,
he was like Swedish.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a Swede.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
We're halfway. So
anyway, halfway done.
All right, here we go. Let's get the links, and I'll put them in the chat, and we will begin.
Nani?
Don't worry. Just sit back and let it happen. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Whoa!
Just close your eyes and think of Paris.
So, if you like the Barcast, cause we like you, you can help the horses too. You can come and give us your cash, and we promise we won't use it on us. We will not buy whores or strippers, we will not buy booze and hookers, but we will promise that all the money will go to horses named Big Mac at Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. So, if you want to support us in other ways, cause you don't have money today, you can go to our YouTube and subscribe to us. It's really helpful. We get money that way too. So this is what you can do for us. All we can do is give back the way we can and get naked, but you won't see it, so that's okay.
You know, that sort of sounded like a Scooby-Doo chase.
Hey,
right there.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Oh, we're gonna go.
That doesn't mean we won't spend it on hookers for Big Mac though.
Yeah, we might buy hookers for Big Mac. So Wooten, we have Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. We support a horse there. His name's actually Big Mac. And all of our money from our Patreon and YouTube, etc., any donations we get, goes to support him and feed him. And he's a big Clydesdale. He's also like 30 years old. Big sweetie, and I really want to go visit him.
That's just adorable.
And we at this, by the way, mathematically.
we donate almost at this rate, given all of our various donations, we donate close to $1,000 per year to this horse, thanks to people
My
like you.
heart.
Yeah, so
My
like
heart.
that.
Oh.
Which is especially good because of even
Oh,
a 30-year-old stallion needs an occasional hand job from a college student. So
It's true.
That's why we're really trying to
I
be
mean-
the good kind of cancer.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, my heart. I didn't expect this from 4chan nerds, but
I know, right?
exactly. You go into, okay, so you have like, we have this stigma about us that like
Sorry.
4chan is like this bottom rung of society.
Oh yeah.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. But then
That's true,
you see things like this, and it's like, oh, my heart. I came from that.
Hey, if you're coming from listening to that, I support.
It's funny. We've had
Whoa.
people come on before as like guests, and we just bite our lips as they'll go on and like, "Oh God, this 4chan so awful," and we're just like, "You have no idea, do you?"
Nothing is better
Where do
than
you
the guest.
think we are?
Nothing is better than the guest who came on and is like, that stupid fucking goddamn kill Spike writing competition. I mean, who would do that? And Priest just goes, actually, that's a
That's our competition.
Whoops. Sorry. Sorry.
Anyway, so that next question though.
We're gonna go to questions now from Trainwreck, who I think is new. Hi, Trainwreck. How's it going?
Hi.
Dost thou even
Hello
hoist Wooten?
Yeah. Actually, funny story. The place that I work at in real life actually has like a fully decked out gym and whatnot, so I can whenever things are slow at work or I'm on my break or something, I can just head down there and do some exercising, lifting weights, all that stuff.
picking things up and putting them back down.
Pumping some iron, as they say.
Now we're going to go to questions from someone who's near and dear to the podcast, Eighth, who asks, which pony would you rate Wooten out of 10?
God fucking damn it.
Also, Faith, I love you, you fucking shit poster. Anyway.
Hi, Eighth. I like your Mooney stories. I think that's him.
That is
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
He's the Mooney stories.
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. I like your Mooney stories. But I fucking hate that pun. But Milky Way, obviously. Yeah.
Yee. The next question is, why are you literally gay?
Blame pencil.
Yes. Number
What?
3.
No! How? No! What? No! Hold on. How did if I'm turning men gay, I need to know, because that's a superpower I didn't know I had.
I was
do?
mostly talking about the I was mostly talking about the dildo thing. But
Oh yeah, no,
it's a
shared
funny
that.
joke. Funny joke.
So I've handcuffed you to a bed and put a dildo in your mouth. Okay, yep, nope, I got you. You're right.
Yeah. You see where I'm coming from with that, right? Yeah.
I also saw where you're coming from then. Anyway.
The next
Hey.
question is, can we finally get the secret ingredient to your Wooten spaghetti sauce recipe?
I apologize. No, I can't share that secret. It's too near and dear to not only my heart but my family's heart. It's a secret. It's literally a secret family recipe. I cannot share it anywhere. I have sworn to never share it. But yeah.
Oh, this fourth line! I forgot that Eighth does this. I want.
He's a shit poster.
I
He's
wanna
a
see.
great shit poster.
No, I remember that he has the
I
sound clip
didn't.
of me saying this. I want to see Eighth coming on every week and asking this question. Okay.
Right? I want
Okay.
to see how many of our guests he can get to do this. Anyway, no, continue.
Can you record some dirty talk and aeroplane noises for me? Maybe call me Daddy as well.
So he wants some.
Daddy.
You know, you could have combined that by giving us a dirty JJ the airplane.
No.
Oh my god.
I'm
You know what?
so
No,
happy.
there
I've
isn't
got
enough.
fucking okay.
Go for it.
Go for
Going
it.
back to the
Go for it.
JJ the jet plane thing. I've got like old VHSs, and you know how like they do the previews for like things coming out on like video and DVD before you watch the movie, and you usually like fast forward through that shit at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I've got like 5 VHS tapes, and all of them are advertising fucking JJ the jet plane
Why?
from like, the early 90s. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
remember that. Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway,
It was a strange phenomenon of the era. I will say that for sure.
mm-hmm. It was apparently one of the first forays into like 3D CGI cartoons, but
Apparently,
didn't go so well.
All right.
It's got like that uncanny valley bullshit. Anyway,
I mean, do you really want to board a plane that has a human face on it?
Well, I mean,
I mean,
that didn't
I
stop
kinda
people
do.
from getting on trains.
yeah.
The next question is
Thomas needed to leave. He had seen everything.
from the other
What
guy.
the-
How does
oh.
this make you feel?
Well, I mean, let's see. Well, I mean, keep away from that tail.
I want to know where that tail's been.
Throat's a bit.
You know where that's
Throat's a bit too. Throat's a bit too thin for sucking dick.
She's also got that Adam's apple.
She has. It's got a nice butt though, but it's like the tail's. It's like nice butt, but you got poo on the tail. So
Oh, I thought that was blood.
No.
Yeah. Same
no,
here.
no. It's got like a brownish tint to it.
So
That's
is this,
definitely poo.
is this Twiler?
Oh God.
I don't know,
Okay.
and frankly, I don't want to find out.
Moving on.
He's also got goat eyes.
It just reminded me of like
So it might be
Hypnotoad.
like Grogar or something, just
We-
possessing Twilight or something, and it just fucks up the body.
Well, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like somebody took Frankenweenie, repainted him, and dunked him in acid. That's what it looks like.
I can kind of see that.
Next question.
Actually, yeah, I can see that. Never mind.
Uwe Toll asks, how lonely would you be to fuck a warm pie or some spaghetti?
Are you implying that I don't already do that every night?
Wooten,
You
if
are
you're
the
that
spaghetti
lonely-
lord.
I'm the spaghetti lord. It's like I have to keep up my practice, even when there are not women around.
So question:
have to keep-
meat sauce or meatballs in the spaghetti when you fuck it? Because you know if balls are
Depends on my
touching,
mood.
it's gay. Because you know if balls are touching, it's gay.
I know. It depends on the mood. The balls never end up touching.
Get some saran wrap.
Oh my God! What? No! Stop! Tracy, stop!
Oh man, there's a fucking what was the anime called where the dude took like saran wrap, pressed it to the guy's face, and he's like, I need to practice kissing. I can't remember the name of that anime.
What is this?
Oh God, I
It's
remember
like
what scene you're
these two
talking
high school
about.
students. It's like these two high school students. One's like the regular, like the skinny, good-looking high school student, and the other one's
Was it,
like
was it
he
Oran High
does
School?
wrestling and shit. So he's like buff and shit, and he's like, "Look, I have this girlfriend, and we were holding hands, but
Rude.
I was worried that it was really awkward because, well, she's kind of small, so we had a bit of a hard time working this out. I don't want the same thing to happen when we kiss." So he's like, he brings his friend a gift, and he's like, I have a favor to ask. Let me kiss you. Like, no, dude, no. Use your pillow. And he's just like, it's not the same. I don't get a sense of distance. So he's like, dude, this is really uncomfortable. Don't do this. And he's like, it's okay. and he pulls out this box of saran wrap, and he's like, "I brought plastic wrap." As he pulls it out, presses
Oh my
presses
god.
the saran wrap to his friend's face, pushes him to the wall, and it has this suspenseful music and everything as it zooms in as he's like moving in to kiss, and it cuts to like the camera moving up to the sky as he lets out a scream and like a little sound effect.
Oh my god.
It was fucking perfect. I remember that so clearly. I can't remember the name of the anime though. Someone in the comments might remember, but yeah.
I don't think so right now.
I'm
they're just
looking
talking
it up
shit.
right now.
Now
I'm
we
looking it
know
up right
who
now.
touched
Okay,
the
they're just shit
spaghetti.
posting.
Oh god, I found it.
What is it? What is it? What's it from? What's it from? Come on!
What's it from? Jimmy.
Give me half a second. I'm not sure
Gimme.
if this is the name of the anime or the title of the video.
What's the title of the video?
It says My Love Story Plastic Kiss.
Okay.
That
Okay, I think that is the name of the story. Or
My Love Story is the name.
show.
My Love Story is the name.
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
It is. All right.
watching.
The anime is My Love. No, it's My Love Story is the English name, but Ore Monogatari, I think, is the name that you would find it like
Accurate.
everywhere as. Yeah. So it's that story. It's good. It pulls at your heartstrings. At the same time, you have like this wrestler guy. I don't remember all of the details, but I remember that scene so vividly. And it's a good like feels good anime sometimes. Yes, that's it.
Oh my god!
In the chat. Yes.
Oh
He's got, like,
my
the
god!
Can we- oh, guys, guys.
The
We've
shaded
got-
eyes and like the red dot on the pupil and everything.
Priest, we have
Everything.
like
That's it.
Priest, we have like a second of time. I'm looking at the number of questions left in the chat. Could you play this for our chat users, please?
Yes, I could.
We can just wait. We can just wait through it, okay?
Yes, please. So good.
Oh my
I'm watching.
god.
枕とかですれ
も
ば
うやった
Oh my god.
距離感がつかめないんだ人間でないと
他でやってくれ
他でやったらヤマトに失礼だろうがお前なら口が硬いだろ
I love the music it plays when he's talking about the pillow.
やめろ気持ち悪い
It's like choir.
大丈夫だラップを持ってきた
やめろ生々しい
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's great.
He looks like a fucking Sith Lord.
覚悟を決めろ
Like,
I know.
There's the fog lines on his face.
Suffocate him.
Oh my god.
there's something wrong with the laundry shirt. I love that.
Oh my god, it's dying.
God. Oh.
Ah, thank you for taking the time to do this.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
my
good.
God.
I'm good. Thank you, Priest, for doing that. Okay, we can continue with questions. That was
We're gonna go to
100% worth
questions
it.
from Vandamoose.
It's so good. All right.
Number one.
Oh,
what do
boy.
you think?
Okay,
Does
let's,
Ponka like spaghetti?
Yeah. All right. I think she would. Yeah. We'll just shotgun through all of these because this is a lot of questions.
Oh, don't worry. A lot of these are rapid fire. Don't even stress.
Number two. Which
Okay.
house in Small Horse Town is best house?
Well, the cakes, the Sugar Cube Corner, obviously. They got food.
But not like Rainbow Dash's Cloud Castle.
Well, she's in Cloudsdale, not
Ah,
Ponyville.
good point. No, I take that back. You're right.
No,
Okay.
actually,
Yeah.
I think that she lives like in the horse version of a mobile home. 'Cause that thing's always moving around.
I could have sworn she lives in Cloudsdale.
Oh
No,
my
she
god, you
does
guys!
not.
Oh
Does
my
she
god, you
work-
guys! No, Enigma's right because it literally makes Rainbow Dash trailer trash.
There's your next shit.
This is why
Next-
she'll never win Anon's love.
There's the
Oh
next
my
story
god,
idea.
no.
In,
I want to write that. I want to write
Rainbow
that.
trash.
It makes sense now. She moved. Okay, so Sonic Boom, she moved up from a trailer cloud to living in Anon's house because yeah,
I
they
can
move in
now
together
see
and yeah.
I can now see like Rainbow Dash trying to sing "Lose Yourself," like to move up her standing in life and pursuing her
Yeah.
goals to get out of the trailer park.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I
You
guess
better
I'm
credit
you all
Pencil. You better credit Pencil. You better credit me for this.
I will credit you for this one. Absolutely, I will credit you for this one. Okay, I'm done. I'm
Number
so sorry.
3. Is there a Milky Way story in the tube?
You know, I have debated whether or not I wanted to go through with continuing the Milky Way story. I've had both sides. I see both sides. The one thing that's going to decide that is going to be depending on how long it takes me to finish the Daring Do story that I'm working on, because I've had three quote unquote multi-chapter stories. I've had Sonic Boom, I've had Daring, and I've had Her Most Faithful Servant. All three of them took longer than I planned to work on them. Sonic Boom especially, because that thing took like 4 years. So I'm debating whether or not I want to go through that again with Milky Way, because it takes a lot of time and effort to put together multi-chapter stories, and all the while you have people begging for more and more and more, and sometimes it's just like I want to work on this story, but I've also got this project that I'm already working on, and so I put one project aside, work on the one shot, put it up, work on the other side project, work on the multi-chapter, and it just gets it's pretty it gets pretty chaotic in terms of like whether or not it's worth my sanity to put another Milky Way chapter down the line. I have wanted to work on it though. It's something that I want to do, but just because of scheduling other projects that I'm already working on, I just can't find the time to work on it.
So let me pick your brain. Where do you say like the Shouting is Fun comics line in with your normal project schedule?
The Shouting is Fun comics, the thing about those is that those only take like a few days to work on. So he has a comic come out, I'll go through it and I'll be like, hey, this is something I could dub, or for that matter, anyone else who does comics. I can go through and be like, okay, this is like 10 panels or something. Mm-hmm. I can go through that in like a day. I can do that easily. And then I can be like, hey, okay, I need this character, and this character. I know people who can do these characters quickly and easily. I'll forward the comic over to them and be like, hey, do you want to do this? And they'll be like, sure, I can get those to you real quick, because it's a very short little clips, usually like 2 or 3 little speech bubbles, depending on how long the punchline is. Right. And usually those take like a few days. So if I have like a drought of content where I'm working on something intensely, like actually what I'm doing right now with Barkeep, which is my Month of Lurv story, it's going to be good.
Really?
But, I've been working intensely on that since like November. So
I'm sure he'll love that.
Because of that, I haven't been able to work on other story projects. But in the meantime, I've been able to work on some comic dubs, which I can throw in, just like sprinkle in between like droughts of content. So, yeah.
All right.
That's where the comic dubs slide in.
Number 4.
Indeed, yeah, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
According to Magic the Gathering, walls can't attack, but how does your wall attack?
Okay, so this is for people who are familiar with the D&D streams. I have a character, for some background, I have a character in those streams who is called The Wall. His name is The Wall. He does not share his real name because of he's a bounty hunter. He's a mercenary, so he doesn't want people to trace that back to his family, people to take revenge for like a contract he did in the past or something. And so he is the wall. And what's interesting about the wall is I have managed to make it functional for someone to wield 2 shields and fight on par with other fighters, like other fighter classes. And it's amazing. So basically what he does is he charges in with, like, he can charge in and bash someone with his shield, and he gets a free bull rush check with that. So narratively, I just narrate it as him barreling towards whoever he has chosen as his target and just slamming himself into the person. And recently, I've gotten I managed to get some money together on the character, and I bought him an animated shield. So now he fights with 3 shields.
Oh my god.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. The wall cannot be stopped. He is okay. So for those of you familiar with Pathfinder, you know that numbers play a very important role in the game. The wall is level 11, and he has an armor class of 48.
Jesus Christ!
That's higher than most ancient dragons.
Oh my god.
That sounds horrifying.
The wall cannot be stopped.
All right. Number 5.
And also for Grayson in the chat, that is literally what the wall is. He is some dual-wielding guy for a pair of shields, and he just bashes the ever-loving fuck out of some poor schmuck. That is the wall. That is him. That is literally the stream. That is the campaign that he is a part of. We find an enemy, and he's like, "That's the enemy." Bashes the fuck out of him. It's great. I love it.
The best defense is my offense.
Literally.
Yes. Exactly.
Number 5. You are a pirate and found some booty. What is in the booty?
A mimic, obviously. And we kill the mimic. We bash the mimic with the 2 shields.
Holy crap, that actually ties into number 7, which is a surprise. The booty chest from before comes back as a mimic. What do?
Oh my god. I actually didn't see that coming. Okay.
Number 6.
Yeah.
When is the correct time to release Tiamat upon the player party?
Yep. Okay, so Tiamat is the 5-headed dragon of chaotic creation in Mesopotamian tales. And recently they came out with a 5e or 5th edition expansion for I think it was Horde of the Dragon Queen, but basically it's the rise of Tiamat or Tiamat. And the proper point to release Tiamat upon the party is when they are all level 20 and are decked out in the highest level gear, because Tiamat, I believe, has a challenge rating of like 37. It's insane.
Damn.
You don't just throw Tiamat around willy-nilly. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
So next is the mimic question.
Yeah, so we're going to go to number 8 then. What do you think of mimics designed or disguised as gold coins in the treasure hoard?
That's actually a pretty fucking good idea, but it would be like a swarm type thing. So you would have your treasure, and then out from the treasure leaps some coins, like maybe 200 or 300, and they would be attacking you as like a swarm monster. And that's actually a pretty fucking good idea. I might have to.
It'd be like a no, not the bees moment.
Yeah,
It could
basically.
Be, it could.
But,
it could
yeah.
be just one large. It could be just one large mimic using a pile of gold as its disguise.
Maybe. Or some wizard animating a bunch of coins to make it look like it's a swarm.
Oh man,
could be.
People are just gonna have to tune in to your D&D and Pathfinder
D&D streams, yeah.
Streams, so that way they can see what you do with that. All right.
subtle plug for that sort of thing. Yes.
Oh no, man. We'll jerk you the fuck off. Like, by all means, we want to support you.
Yes. Yes.
Number 9.
All right.
So this Anon is a virginity wizard story idea. Is this already in production?
So, background story for this. I have had this idea rolling in my head for a while now because I've wanted to get Ilya Leonov in on like a lewd story, right? And Ilya is like, he is pretty much the Morgan Freeman of like the story readers of the fandom. Okay. His voice is like liquid honey, and he's like a huge My Little Pony fan, and he's the foxy grandpa of all of us. But what ended up happening, I shared this with my patrons, and it turns out one of my patrons is actually like a writer on FemFic, and apparently he's got like a pretty decent following. Will Eisen, I think is his name.
I'm sorry, one more time.
But Will Eisen, I think is his name. I
recognize that name, but I'm not sure where.
I can type it. Will Eisen. I think I need to let me double check. But basically, I was sharing that in my patron chat, and it turns out he has graciously offered to write this story for me.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, "Oh, fucking sweet, dude!" And so I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with, and if it all works out, and I can get Ilya, if I can convince Ilya for it, we might have Ilya playing Anon as a wizard, as an old wizard, but his powers source is his virginity.
That's
that's
amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty great.
Cool. Let's see. Numero 10. Now you are the proud owner of the best house in Small Horsetown. There is a knock on your door. It's Fluttershy, bathing in a pool of spaghetti. She asks,
"Nani?
Is drowning in a pool of spaghetti your fetish?" What do?
Throw Fluttershy out the window and take the spaghetti inside. Lock the door. Disappear for 3 weeks. Come out with like my left arm just like buff like Quagmire in that one old episode of Family Guy, where he discovers internet porn, right? Just disappear for like 3 weeks. I discovered some been looking at some of that internet porn. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, that's how it would go down.
All right. Number 11. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a miserable little creature trying to set fire to your newly acquired property. It's Spike, the local pyromaniac. As you confront him, he tries to set you on fire, but instead he fails due to your newly installed personal anti-magical bullshit field, now only $9.99 per month. Describe in detail. How do you let him pay for his crime?
Well, it's well, first and foremost, we would take him to Twilight, make sure she is aware that he has been misbehaving over the course of however long this has gone on. Make sure that she is aware that I am taking him in to straighten him out. Take him to the house, lock the doors, take him to the bedroom, and tell him to clean. And I will be watching, arms crossed as he cleans the room. If he sets fire, well, he doesn't want to set fire to anything. Let's just put it that way.
How are you holding up over there, Pencil?
Well, okay, so some feedback. There was much less vomit than I am comfortable with.
and I feel as though there was not nearly enough genital mutilation. So I got to give this a 4 out of 10. Do better.
Well, I wanted to keep it appropriate for some of the newer viewers who may not be used to that sort of violent tendencies. But
it's
fair.
It's Spike. Come on, man.
It's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
He deserves it.
Well, there's a reason he's cleaning my room.
Well, I mean, unless the cleaning your room involves like some sort of, like weird saw-like puzzle where he can't get out of your room until he's cleaned properly, and if he doesn't, it cuts off like a finger every minute or something. Then
have you not seen? I think Priest has seen JoJo, right?
Yes, I have.
I have not.
Oh, you have?
Ooh.
Oh,
yes,
okay. So have you? Okay, so you've seen the episode with Justice, right? Where Polnareff has to go to the bathroom, and he like gets.
Where are
his
you going
tongue
with this?
stabbed.
Where are you going with this?
He has to clean the entire room with his tongue.
Okay, that's better. And then I would go in there and I'd drop a glass on the floor and watch it shatter, and I'd walk out.
Of course.
There
Don't
you
you
go.
know? Like, I try to keep things fairly appropriate, but if you gotta pull my leg a little bit with that sort of thing, I'll give it to you. You know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's move on to questions that couldn't possibly be quote unquote banned from Equestria. Number 1, what's your favorite video game?
I can't. Okay. So recently I have discovered the greatness that is Divinity Original Sin 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucking great.
Nice.
It's like D&D, but everything. Okay, so it's got like a single player storyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got a multiplayer co-op storyline for that storyline where it's like you go through the single player storyline with like 3 NPC companions. The multiplayer storyline, you go through that same campaign with every other player playing as the companions, and it's a clusterfuck, and I love it. And then there's a multiplayer GM mode storyline where you can like act as the game master in an actual D&D storyline, and you can craft your own story and maps and encounters and all of that, and I fucking love it. It's so good. And there's nothing quite as satisfying in a video game as being an undead, like a skeleton wizard, casting meteor shower and wiping out a small town, and then raising the dead corpses as skeleton minions. There's nothing quite as satisfying as that. I love it. It's beautiful.
Okay. Number 2 ties into that somewhat.
This is my.
What is your?
This is my unofficial sponsoring for Divinity Original Sin 2. Get it if you like RPGs. It is the best. Anyway, moving on.
The best. It's the best RPG.
The best. The best. The best. The best. The best.
Wooten, could you narrate what Pencil just posted?
Oh, God.
Rainbow Dash, more like trailer trash. Anon has noticed something strange. Rainbow Dash doesn't live in Ponyville or Cloudsdale, and her house never stays in one place. Because of this, it seems that she basically lives in a trailer home, making her trailer trash. The implications of this realization are anything but pretty. Please be aware, this is for silliness and for fun, not because I hate Rainbow Dash. And then a spoiler something. Thanks to Enigmatic Otaku for the idea. Art by Bamboo Dog.
Oh God, it's happening.
Can we move on now? Thanks for calling attention to that, Enigma, you dick. We have questions to answer. Let's finish this up.
Number 2, what's your favorite boss fight?
Boss fight is probably going to have to be Ganon. Okay, so Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time was the first ever video game boss fight that I played, basically. So that holds like a special place in my heart, because not only is there like one stage of the boss fight where you have to figure out how to beat them, and it brings you back to one of the first bosses that you fight in once you become an adult in that game. It has a second boss fight, which is completely new. And then it has a third stage of the boss fight where the castle is literally collapsing on you and you have to make your way out. The multi-stage boss fight is like, it is so many of the okay hand emojis.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I hate to push you guys, but we're down to a 15-minute warning, so...
Number 3.
Yep, we can
rapid fire.
Have you accepted Skeletor, the master of the universe, into your heart?
Of course. I have played so many skeleton wizards in Divinity that I am the skeleton.
Oh, you have a skeleton inside you?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Number 4. You are in the township of Pone. What business do you start?
Chef.
Cool.
Italian chef.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? That's number 5. Oh, my dick. Okay.
Oh, my dick.
And lastly, number 6. Do you even praise, bro?
Of course. I praise the sun.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we have a post from Rob Cakrin53, also known as that guy who wrote My Little Dashie.
Did you guys know that Rob Cakrin53 wrote My Little Dashie?
What?
You
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we're done now.
He says, I feel like I know you, or we met, but I can't remember due to the alcohol abuse from the last 5 years. Anyway, who is best?
I swear I met him. I swear I met him at a /MLP party sometime. I think it was like a BronyCon, but yeah. Anyway.
I'd believe that actually. The BronyCon /MLP party, well, the year we went, it was off-site, but it
Please,
anyway,
go!
who is best at besting best horse at best besties?
Pinky, obviously. She's best besties.
All right.
With Rainbow Dash. Yeah.
If you could finger any hole in Equestria, what hole would you? And it doesn't necessarily mean.
Do I have to pick? Do I have to pick one?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You could choose the Ghastly Gorge with all the holes that have eels in them.
I would. Okay. Celestia.
Ooh. All right. Celestia asked you to help her with a little problem in her bed chambers.
Speaking of which,
do you just up and mount her, or actually find out if something is wrong, like a squeaky bed spring or a loose floorboard?
Okay, I don't know if I can rapid fire this question, but there are a lot of things to consider in this. There's a lot of qualifiers. One, did she have a royal guard come and get me, or did she ask for me personally? How did she ask me? And most importantly, is she leaving a trail of wetness on the floor behind her?
Oh, that's some.
All three of those.
That's a reference to your
all
stuff
three of
there.
those. Yeah.
All right.
If the qualifiers check out, bada boom, horsepuss.
Bada boom, horsepuss. That's a line. Let's just
Yeah.
quote that. Last but not least from Rob
Yeah.
Cakrin, have you donated to Enigma's Patreon lately?
No, I haven't.
Nobody does.
I didn't know you had.
And I'm proud of you for it.
Okay.
Blackout459 asks, why Thrawn?
Because Thrawn was essentially the villain of Star Wars' sequel trilogy before Disney retconned the entire EU. Thrawn was the best villain. No holds barred. Fight me.
All right. Next question is from Rundown Jet. Wooten, you are either violently throat fucked by a bag of milk or brutally fucked in the ass by a milk carton. Which fucking do you choose?
Probably the former, or yeah, the former. Just because, I mean, milk carton. Ugh, that just doesn't sound very comfortable. I mean, I can at least the bag of milk is like, it's malleable, I guess is the word. So it's like, it doesn't tear up your insides nearly as much, you know?
I really hate that over the last 4 weeks, Rundown Jack has made a case for bagged milk. Anyway, Fluffy Unicorns now has questions. Have you ever eaten horse meat?
Oh. I actually have not myself. I've heard that it's actually quite delicious, quite lean, but yeah, I haven't.
Would you eat Big Mac, our rescue horse?
I would hunt you down.
No.
I would.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
All right. Some questions now from Cyberphase on GOTDM. Number 1. We already asked, would you Thing Pony? So, would you be friends with Thing Pony to save the world?
Sure. We will save the world together with lewd and things.
Number 2. Who is second and third best pony?
Ooh, that's actually a good question. Celestia and the Pinky. Yeah. I like Pinky.
Would you go on a dinner date with a food pony? And if so, which one?
Coke Pone.
Yeah. Coke Pone! Oh, Coke Pone and Pizza Pone are my favorite ship. Anyway.
Would she always be ice cold?
True. Yeah. Well, I think in the story that I read for that, she tries to stay in like cold places because otherwise she like fizzes and her like the bubbles like mess up her speech at the time. So I think she would like colder places, but I mean,
my god, I need to write a Coke Pony story now.
Yeah.
I just had so many ideas. No, I just had like a billion ideas. No. Okay, I'm writing it down. Okay, next question.
Do it.
Would you rather drive an FT light tank, a World War I twiplane, or the Red Baron of the Red Baron, or a Mach 5?
Mach 5. Or Mark 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to questions now from Random 284. Story?
Exposition.
Cat?
I don't know. Oh man. I don't know what he was asking there, but cat. Yes, I have a cat, and he I've taken to locking my door whenever I'm in the middle of actually recording something that I need to get done, because my voice travels quite far, as you can no doubt tell. But whenever I'm recording, back when I was upstairs especially, he would literally like run up the stairs, slam himself against the door, scare the shit out of me, slap the door handle and open it because he wanted to like come in because he wanted snuggles. And I was
remember that from
no,
your
cat,
bloopers.
I gotta record. So
your blooper videos. I remember that.
Yeah. That blooper videos, the ones involving the cat are almost always ones that were before I moved my setup to my bedroom. So, yeah.
Wonderful. The last question we have is from Alex, but then I'm going to hand the floor over to you, Wooten, for a hot second. Milk!
All right.
Milk, wake up!
What?
Alex has a question. If I ask
What,
you a
for
question
me?
directly, can I make you talk?
No.
He just made you did. Okay. Anyway, that concludes all the questions that we have out in the thread. Of course, now we'll be watching the chat for any final questions that anyone who tuned in may have asked. But I want to hand the microphone to you quickly for a second, Wooten. Thank you so much for coming on. For those who have listened and liked what you had to say and want to check out some of your work, how can they find more of you, and what plans do you have for the future as far as content?
All right. So if you want to find more of me, I am active on both YouTube and Twitter. At narrator_Wooten on Twitter and on YouTube. I got in early enough before they made like the change to where everyone's got like their own unique algorithm type gibberish for their channels. So you can find me at youtube.com/user/Wooten AIE with no spaces in it.
Awesome.
And in terms of things I have down the pipeline, I have spoiled it a bit earlier in the podcast, but I have Barkeep by Bolding as my main project for the month of Lerv, which is the reader's annual February romance story conglomerate playlist thing. We're all working together on a bunch of these stories. So I have some very, very talented voice actors and actresses, one of whom it is their first time ever performing in a Klopfic. Luna Farrow, who I believe is still in the chat, but
virgin.
She will be playing the role of Octavia in that story. And I have a good friend of mine, Gudius Serenade, who usually does my music, has stepped forward as the voice for Anon in that story. In addition, I've got a few other notable voices, some of which being Anna Melody, Starry Flame, Kate Bug, who you guys know very well.
Yes.
Pegasus Pitch, who's a very, very popular voice actor. DeWilstonator, Chaotic 7, who's in the chat right now. A few others. Keyframe, who played Celestia in
Yep.
Her most faithful servant. I remember it well.
You just keep listing off people that we met, and I'm just like, oh, I love these people.
Yeah. Yeah. It is probably one of the biggest productions I've put together since Last Son of Dublin. It's a lot of fun putting these together right now. It's just taking a lot of time because there's just so much to do. So I've got it to where I've trimmed down almost all of the lines. So at this point, I just have to do like 1 or 2 more character lines and then just plow through lining up the narration to the character voices and then post it.
All right. We got
that's pretty much everything right now. Comic dubs, D&D, D&D's weekly, Thursday on one week and Friday on the next week, and it alternates between that because of my work schedule. Thursday is The Wall. Friday is the main Champions of Narrator campaign. And finally, I believe Twitter, you can find me just shit posting as always. So I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah.
All right. 2 last questions from the chat, one of which is from Grayson. Wooten, what's the best accent you can pull off?
I believe I answered this already, but British, Southern, specifically Southern,
what do you
because that's
say
my
is
native
your
accent.
best? Oh, wait. Can we
Southern
hear your
accent, yeah.
Can we hear your native accent?
I can't because it's a bit of something I've developed where I talk in a southern drawl when I'm not recording, but in like public speaking and whatnot. But whenever I'm just talking regularly, especially I think Pencil and Priest, you've heard my southern voice.
I remember.
I do. I made squealing noises.
I'll do like I'll drawl a bit depending on what I'm saying. I'll say ain't and y'all a lot more than I typically do. I'll talk. I think I talk a lot faster whenever I'm talking in that accent as well. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's.
Last but not least, Vandamoose asks, will you join in the tavern later?
I I want to. I really do. I've been meaning to do that. But I just have so much stuff I gotta do. I have to work through the barkeep stuff. I have this weekend off, and this is pretty much my only weekend where I'm free to like work through narration and editing and whatnot. This is my only weekend this month, so I need to get as much done as I can because I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing Friday the 16th weekend. So it's pretty much the only free weekend I have to work on stuff. So I need to take advantage of that as much as possible. I apologize, but I will join in there for Skyrim gaming for shitpost and whatnot.
Ooh,
soon.
Fun.
Probably after Barkeep is done. Yeah.
But this is where we're going to have to cut. This is our 2-hour time limit, I'm afraid. And Wooten, it's just so relaxing having you on. Like,
yes,
it's great when we just kind of get to bring on friends that we know and we've interacted with, and we're like, oh yeah, no, he can take our shit.
I'm not worried about offending you horribly, except I'm always worried about offending you horribly, but no more than usual.
I get that. I've had that feeling a lot, especially when I'm starting up new campaigns for D&D, especially for new players. I don't know what the player in particular is comfortable with. I don't know what their interests are, what kind of character that they enjoy playing, what kind of role in the party they're used to and are comfortable with, and all that. I get that. And it's all right. And it's good to just have a weekend where you're just shooting the shit with people you know, friends, and it's good. It's good stuff.
It's good. It's very good.
Well, of course, know that you're always welcome here. And if you stick around, go ahead and post anything that you release into our promotional chat. I'm sure everyone's going to be really excited to see that.
I will whore the fuck out of this chat.
Do it! Yes! That's what we have Promote Everything for. That's for people like you to, whip it out.
But for now, thank you for watching this episode of the Barcast. Your bartenders for this evening have been Anon Pencil.
My friends bought me a box of Cheez-Its.
Oh, I'm jealous. Okay, Enigmatic Otaku.
Can you share the Cheez-Its?
No.
Flamin' Warfer.
Yes.
Milk.
Maybe.
Ravage.
I broke the collar.
And of course, the wonderful Wooten the narrator.
Rootin' to Woot.
Yeah, the Rootin' to. My God. Joke's on you. I have cashews, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm severely depressed. And be sure to tune in next week when we have Kate Bug. Kate Bug is a really sweet fan VA voice actress that works a lot with like Wooten and Scribbler. And she's going to be a lot of fun to have on. We met her personally. She's a great person. So
I roomed in a hotel with her last year. It was pretty fun.
Ooh. You'll have to ask her awkward questions.
I will.
Wonderful.
I'll be sure to fill the thread with awkward questions for her, and she'll know just what I'm talking about.
Just gonna fill the thread, are you?
Just gonna pump the thread full of my sticky white.
The Rudy Tooty Fruity Woody Shooty.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough. Anyway.
Good night. Thank you for watching this episode of the Barcast. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Oh man.
Oh shit! I'm the shut offer. I ruined.